The Action News.
You owe me, and you are not getting rid of me until you pay up.
Don't get too excited about this baby. Another family may end up raising him.
Have you decided if you're gonna come home?
Intruding, am I?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, you're just in time to have Christmas breakfast with us.
Hey, what are you doing here? Where's my brother and sister?
Just tell me, Ryan. Jonathan do it?
Aaron, you came back.
Jonathan, look out, have you been chained to this chair all night?
Is it morning? Is it Christmas morning?
They didn't take you to a cell to let you lie down?
I don't want to lie down, Aaron. I just want to be with you and Ryan. I want to go home and open presents.
Where's your lawyer? Olivia promised that she'd be here by now.
No lawyer, just questions. He fried another officer asking me how I found the Chandler baby in the church. Same questions, Aaron, all night long. And will you write it down for them, please, so that they don't forget? Because I'm tired of saying the same thing over and over. I didn't take the Chandler baby.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Is one of those for me?
Maybe. Christmas came early for me this year. Or did it? You know, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that you may have given me one of the best gifts ever. Maybe I was just dreaming or hearing what I wanted to hear. Did you really stand out there and say, babe, I'm falling in love with you?
You're not dreaming. I am falling for you. But I'm going to do everything I can to talk myself out of it.
Hey, Merry Christmas, gorgeous.
Merry Christmas.
I'm here with some glad tidings, so I'd like you to do me a favor and call Di down here, because I'd like to put some cool in her Yule.
Well, I'm sorry, Santa. Di isn't here. She left town.
Where'd she go?
It's Christmas morning in Pine Valley. I remember those. Not one quite like this. And little A's actually old enough to be tearing into his presents about right now, unless J.R. got so excited he just let little Adam open all on Christmas Eve. Gosh, that name. I can't get over that name. Well, what else did I expect? How are they? I haven't actually spoken to JR in a little while, but last time I did, they're both fine. But you don't have to take my word for it. You could go see for yourself. Have you decided if you're gonna come home?
Part of me, most of me, is screaming chump. It's not the sanest thing I've ever done here.
Falling in love isn't crazy, JR.
It is for me. With you, considering our history and the hits that I've taken, I'd be an idiot to trust you again, which I don't.
I have to earn back your trust, prove I deserve it. I have no problem with that.
I'm not promising you anything like a future. This isn't me offering a commitment.
You can take your orders and stay where the sun don't shine. I'm coming in whether you like it or not. Get out.
Amanda, this is Christmas. Take your naughty self someplace else.
Oh, you're not getting rid of me, JR. You owe me. You and Miss Make My Life Hell, and you are not getting rid of me until you pay up.
You know, you never did tell me why you decided to stay in Pine Valley.
It's a beautiful place. And your family is the only real family I've ever had.
Must have been a little strange for them. An Aunt JR never heard of, a half-sister-in-law Tad never knew existed, just showing up on their doorstep.
It took some adjusting.
And I'm glad you touched base with me before you went there.
Oh, yeah, I owed you that much. I mean, they were everything you told me to expect. Yeah, so easy to love. JR, he's got his father's arrogance, angry pride. He's got a razor tongue that can shred you to pieces, but he just uses all that as camouflage to hide that deep down he's got his mother's heart. And Jamie, he's strong, funny, and generous. He cuts right through J.R. Static. I mean, and they fight. A knock-down, drag-out fight, but they're brothers. Nothing can break that bond. But you know that. Your boys, Dixie. So much of you lives inside of them. JR and Jamie and Tad, they love you so much.
I can't believe it. Di played me again. What the hell is wrong with that woman? What's wrong with me? I fell for it again. Little A disappears on a cold winter night and she's nowhere to be found? What is that about? I had visions of her chewing her fingernails down to the bone. Of tying herself to her bedpost to stay away from the Chandlers.
Wow. You thinking about Di, imagine that.
Look, my point is she should be out there, okay? With her family, with everybody in this town that cares about Little A, trudging through the snow, frantically calling his name.
Kind of hard to do when you're tied to a bedpost.
It's not funny, Julia. It's not funny at all. Fact is, she didn't lift a finger to find a little boy that she claims to love, okay? She blew town because she just doesn't give a damn. And here I am thinking that she might want to help because it's Dixie's grandchild. Well, obviously, I need a swift kick in the head and about a year's worth of therapy.
Well, I'm good for the kick. And just so you know, she left town before the media blasted the news about the baby's disappearance. She had no idea.
Lydia, it's Ryan Lavery. Jonathan is in police custody. Look, I just found out myself. I just picked up Aaron's messages, and I don't know if you guys have connected yet, but just meet me at the police station, okay? Aaron is already there, and I hope you are too. I hope they take personal checks for Jonathan's bail.
Well, kidnapping is a federal offense. Bail's gonna be kind of high.
You still here?
I'll give you a ride.
I don't need a ride, thank you.
Ryan, I need to find out who took my nephew out of his crib.
What? You mean there's actually a person in Pine Valley that hasn't tried and convicted my brother?
Little Adam said he was taken by Santa. Anyone can dress up in a Santa suit.
All My Children on ABC, brought to you by Loves. Feel the loves.
Lady killing machine.
My dog looks really good with your new hair.
Thank you.
That's a warm-up suit, not for killing.
Really, how'd you know? This is exactly what I wanted.
Because you told me. 8 hints, 2 sticky notes, and 1 email.
Busted. She's got your number. Now it's my turn. Lily. A new wallet. Thank you for... And smell. That new car smell. I love it. Thank you very much, sweetie.
You're welcome. Erica, open yours for me. Oh, I can't wait to see what it is.
Oh, Lily, it's exquisite.
Oh, no joke. That did not come from Kessler's drugstore.
Hang it on the tree, sweetheart.
Oh, I will. Lily, help me find just the perfect place for it, okay?
I'm so glad all your gifts arrived on time.
Did you shop online, Lily?
Oh, no. You need a credit card to shop online. But I gave him my list and told him what to buy, but he picked out the colors and the brands all himself. Jonathan Lavery has really good life skills.
I'm really happy that I found the Chandler baby. And I didn't expect an reward, but I didn't expect this either. And I remember that people get arrested for stealing kids, but I didn't know that you could get in trouble for finding them, Aaron. What's wrong about helping a child?
Standard issue Santa suit and a toddler's one-word statement is what you have for arresting a good Samaritan who returned a helpless child to his frantic parents? You don't even have enough for a preliminary hearing.
I can still hold Jonathan for 24 hours, which means he's mine for the next...
No, you are not holding Jonathan for one more minute. You get him out of there right now.
January 12th, 9:30, 8:30 Central, only on ABC.
It's broken. Oh, Lily, I'm so sorry. I mean, it just slipped out of my hand.
No, I read faces. Something I said startled you.
Well, honey, you mentioned Jonathan Lavery, and he was arrested last night for kidnapping little Adam Chandler.
No, he was shopping. Your presents are proof.
Well, they're proof someone went shopping, but not necessarily Jonathan.
Honey, it was in the morning paper.
Police took Jonathan Lavery into custody on Christmas Eve on suspicion of kidnapping. Suspicion. Suspicion isn't the same as a proven fact.
No, but suspicion does come from the consideration of facts. And the fact is, Jonathan Lavery has a past of being a violent criminal.
And sweetheart, you know that better than anyone because you were one of his victims.
But that was before. He's different now.
Because of his surgery. Well, I wish to God that was true, but as we say in my business, all evidence to the contrary. Reggie, you know, you and I have a date to get over to the homeless shelter and get the Christmas dinner set up there. Brooks County on it. So what do you say we head over there? Huh?
In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, he wrote that this time of year is when want is felt the most. I'll go with you.
Kendall, I'm very glad you were able to join us this morning.
So am I. Thank you.
See you.
Later, you guys.
Well, I have everything I wanted on my Christmas wish list. The three of you here with me. I know it's only for a short time, but I'm so grateful. I'm so lucky to have my family around me. This is a Christmas that I will treasure. Oh, well, we will too, Mom.
No, I wouldn't have missed it.
Merry Christmas.
Oh. Wait, no, Mom, you already gave us our presents.
Crazy. Oh, my gosh, look. Okay.
Oh.
Wow. Well, they're just little Italian charm bracelets. And I selected charms that would represent everything wonderful about Cane women. And in fact, there's one on there that I chose because it reminds me of all the strength and the courage and the love that your grandmother passed down to all of us. And it's the little one for Miranda. And of course, you can add on to that, honey, as you go along and as she grows into the magnificent Cane woman that, of course, she will be.
These are incredible.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Thank you. I love you. I love you, too. You're so welcome.
You are one amazing woman yourself. You really are. Thank you so much. But I didn't just come here to collect my Christmas loot. I've made a decision about the baby. I've decided to give birth to this little boy. Well, of course you are, honey. Oh, and you are going to be such a wonderful mother.
You owe me a big, fat apology. On what planet do we owe you anything but a big shove out the door? You crashed my workplace. You ambushed me in front of my boss. You accused me of taking your little bratling, but it wasn't me. It never could have been me. Jonathan Lavery left him in that nativity scene. So give it to me, gift wrapped, your apology for harassing me, making me look bad in front of my employer, and your general jerkiness.
You know, you're trespassing. No matter how many times I order you, you get lost and stay lost. You keep coming back like you're running on your own inner cuckoo clock.
There's a name for that, isn't there, J.R.?
Yeah, I think it's fixation, compulsion, psychosis. You inherited the gene for straitjacket from your whacked-out mommy, Janet.
Don't you compare me again to my mother. It is a cheap shot and dead wrong. Oh, please. You're as nutty as a fruitcake.
One reindeer short of a sleigh ride.
Stop it! Leave Amanda alone.
Your first Christmas without Noah. I'm sorry. That's tough.
You should know.
I guess this is my cue to tell you that things will get better.
Don't they?
Sure they do. They get better.
Just not better enough.
How is Tad?
He's just like you described him.
Is he in love with anyone?
No one could really replace you with Tad or your sons. They miss you so much. They would do anything in the world to have you back. It'd be the most phenomenal homecoming. You know, they'd welcome you with open arms. And little Adam, too, he'd open his little arms and he'd give you the most precious hug in the world. Please, Dixie, tell them you're alive.
All My Children will be back in a moment here on ABC.
Oh, your skin is so soft.
If you could be any other ABC soap star, who would you rather be?
I don't know. Jacob Young seems to have it pretty good around here. That'd be Aiden Turner with that little accent he's got going on. Representing. 3, 2, 1, go. There you go. Oh, come on. Hurry up. There you go. Jump it in.
You heard him. Back off. All I heard was more recycled garbage. I'm in no mood to listen to you play defense for Amanda again. I'm gonna go upstairs and get little A bathed and dressed. Merry Christmas. Jamie was right to defend me before. He's even more right now that the real kidnapper's been caught.
Get this nut job out of my house, or I'll drag her out by her throat.
Amanda, I need a minute here. Go wait in the car.
You still owe me an apology.
Hold your breath. Oh, come on, Jamie. Tell me you're not sticking up for the maniac who pushed Babe down a flight of stairs.
Oops.
She poisoned our Thanksgiving soup.
Take it easy, all right? Did you hear that Jonathan Lavery's in the process of being released? If he's not free already?
What? The cops have their heads totally up there.
No evidence tying Jonathan to the kidnapping, except that he wore a Santa suit.
And little A said he was kidnapped by Santa Claus. How hard is it for them to connect the dots?
Do you remember who else you saw wearing a Santa suit? Amanda. And she has more of a hate-on for you and Babe than Jonathan ever could. Plus, she admitted to being near the church where they found little A.
Still working, Amanda?
sticking close. It's the only way I can catch her if she launches another attack on you or Babe or my nephew. You get it now? Yeah. So don't get all bent out of shape that I'm Amanda's new best friend, because I'm not.
All right. Do what you gotta do.
Merry Christmas.
And Jamie, watch your back.
Watch Babe's and Little A's. And while you're at it, watch your own.
Poor guy. Fell asleep before his head hit the pillow.
Ryan, I'm afraid for him.
The police don't have anything.
He knew exactly where to find that little boy. Okay, he told Aiden and I to pull up to that church and to pray for him, and then we'd find the baby. But did Jonathan already know that he was there? Did Jonathan put him there himself?
Jonathan wouldn't do that.
I don't think that he would intentionally harm a child. What if he thought he was doing something good? That wish he made, that somebody had stolen him away from our dad? He told JR that he didn't deserve to be a father.
Do you realize what you're suggesting?
Since his surgery, half the time, Jonathan thinks like a child. And little kids love to play tricks.
Tricks? Like dangling a pregnant woman in a hammock over a 10-story building?
Wow. Okay, back up the baby carriage, Mother. I said I've decided to give birth to this child. I have not decided to raise him. Oh, despite Ryan's doubts about parenthood, he is going to be the most wonderful father. I mean, together you are just going to raise the most amazing little boy. Okay, Earth to Mother, hello. Ryan said he would support my decision to have this child. Beyond that, his intentions are completely sketchy. And frankly, so are mine. Bianca, will you please tell your sister, tell her that she and Ryan are going to take one look at this beautiful baby boy, and they are just going to fall head over heels in love. With the baby, at least. Or maybe, instead of bonding with the newborn, we'll decide that we're not the right parents at the right space or in the right time, and we'll seek out other options. Oh, and naturally, I'm just going to give you the most beautiful baby shower. Naturally. Oh, honey, it is so important that you take great care of yourself right now. I mean, weekly massages are terrific. They relieve stress, they prevent stretch marks, and I know just the woman, believe me. Oh, and I just want to mention to you about your diet. Honey, the last time I looked in your fridge, the only thing that was in there was a bottle of mineral water and some ancient Chinese food. I mean, we can do better than that. In fact, I'm going to call this prenatal nutritionist I know. Okay, I give up. This is
Birth, an Erica Kane production. Conceived, directed, and micromanaged by Erica Kane.
Micromanaged? Well, I can hardly take credit for the conception. Mother, please, just don't get too excited about this baby and make plans for him from his first step through college graduation, okay? Another family may end up raising him.
The truth is, Christmas is basically designed for kids anyway. You know, I keep flashing back to JR and Jamie when they were boys. Amazing. Two brothers, two completely different takes on Christmas morning. As soon as the sun would come up, JR would bolt out of bed, and he'd go down the stairs like an avalanche, and he'd hit his presents like a cyclone. There'd be paper flying everywhere. Jamie was completely different, you know. He tiptoes down the stairs, and the first thing he does every year is make sure that Santa ate the cookies we left out for him. And he'd do that, you know, and he'd basically go over and pick up his stocking, and he'd go through things, you know, one at a time, checking each thing by itself. Drove JR crazy. He'd end up lying on the bathroom floor. I'm serious. By the time Jamie got to his first Christmas present, JR had basically worn out the batteries and on a haul of hits. The fact is that Dixie and I loved every blessed moment of it.
Noah and I wanted to have a house full of kids. But our underground lifestyle wasn't exactly child-friendly. Yeah. Could you imagine sending your kid off to school with a kiss and saying, "Don't forget your new identity, mijo"?
It's a huge place. God knows there's still enough time for a house full of kids. The last thing Noah would want is for you to give up on all your dreams.
I know. Sometimes I feel like I can even hear him Sing it out. Live. Love.
Sounds like a plan to me.
One step at a time. What about you? You must have some dreams.
Well, every Christmas, Dixie and I used to go outside and wish on a star. Yeah, I know, it sounds stupid, but and after she died, I just sort of kept up with the tradition. And last night, for the first time that I can remember, I didn't know what to wish for.
It's not that simple, Di. You don't understand.
No, I don't understand. Your family is wonderful. They are everything I have ever wanted, and I would take them back in a heartbeat.
So what am I supposed to do? Just waltz in there like some sort of walking, talking Christmas present?
Yeah, it'd be a pretty good one.
Oh, and they'll all just forgive me, and we'll all sit around the Christmas tree as if nothing ever happened.
Yeah, why not?
Do you think I like being out of touch with my son? Not being able to hold my grandchild? I think about them constantly, but it's not that simple. It's not one long group hug. There's more. There's what comes next. You think you know their reactions? You don't. You can't.
Believe me, I know how they would respond if their Dixie came home.
So much has happened. If I came back now, I could hurt them even more.
At first, maybe.
No,
then...
I don't see the happy ending, Di. That would be some kind of miracle.
You know, I never used to believe in miracles. But Dixie, they do happen. I mean, look at you. It's a miracle that my sister is alive. And your family, I love them. And I hate this secret. I want to tell them where you are.
No bodies or bloodshed.
And how did you manage to make that happen?
Chalk it up to my Christmas spirit.
Well, then ho, 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 and here you go.
I didn't get you anything.
You gave me exactly what I wanted. You're starting to love me again.
Look, I'm not making you any promises. It all still looks pretty doubtful.
Well, then we'll just take it slow and see where we end up.
Again, how do I know you're not playing me, working the romance angle just to get your hands on little A?
You don't. So you gonna open your gift or what?
It's me and my mom. How did you...
I found it in the back of a desk drawer. And I had it framed to remind you that all the hurt Di did you, it will go away. But Dixie's love, it'll last forever. Real and true. And right now, she is smiling down on you from heaven. Loving you.
You swore to me on the Bible. You promised you wouldn't tell a soul I was alive.
I know.
I am holding you to that promise. I am not allowing you to break it.
Okay. Okay, I'll keep my word. I have this far. They all still think you're dead. It's just, the more I see them wanting you, Dixie, the more I see them missing you, the harder that secret is to keep. You know, in case you've forgotten what you've left behind.
Actually, Dixie used to have this thing about cholesterol. So once upon a time, she dreamed about this recipe for eggless eggnog. It was the most wretched stuff you ever tasted. But we didn't have the heart to hurt her feelings, so when she wasn't looking, me and the boys would just, toss it in a houseplant, which gave us about 48 hours to buy new poinsettias because we'd kill them in a couple days.
I just found these skates in the mudroom. They must be Edmonds. They're just my size. You mind if I borrow them?
Sure.
So, you guys up for a skate around Miller's Pond? Lunch at the Valley Inn after, Christmas buffet, all you can eat. Unlimited champagne, I'll charge it to Palmer.
I'll pass.
Not my scene.
Who Grinch's all over you guys? Come on, it's Christmas. It's time to go out, make with the merry, have a blast.
Why don't you have one for me, okay? Just make sure you miss the sign, says thin ice.
All right. But you know what? No one's gonna step on my holiday mood. Merry Christmas.
So I told Kendall, I told her that I would stay in town. I would support her through the pregnancy and through the birth and whatever happened between us, you know. It's going to happen, but if Jonathan took little A and if he dangled Kendall over the fusion rooftop...
Our brother could be a danger to Kendall and the baby.
I'm doing the best I can, but I think Miranda just senses that I'm not mommy material.
Oh, nonsense. Here, why don't you try this? It works every time.
Give it a shot. Okay.
Mom, I don't want to be a Christmas killjoy or anything, but you really got to ease up on Kendall where the baby is concerned. I wish your sister nothing but the bliss I've known with you. I know, but sometimes that bliss can feel like a lot of pressure, and that's the last thing Kendall needs right now.
I agree. I mean, Kendall has endured more stress than anyone should have to endure, and it's not good for her, and it has to stop.
What has to stop?
The senseless plundering of our precious wetlands.
You really think we should try to be more like Dell?
Nah.
He's not exactly my idea of a good role model.
Oh, he's not who I want to be when I grow up.
It's an impossibility. You're you, and he's basically a selfish jerk.
Well, he's having more fun than we are.
No, yeah, fun for one. You and I are going to miss Dixie and Noah for the rest of our lives. He's out there having a ball because, well, basically he didn't give a rat's behind about anybody but himself.
The thing is, Noah and Dixie are gone. And we're still alive.
If you can call this living.
It's exactly my point. Existing, taking up space, it's not living. Life is a gift.
It feels like a practical joke. I'm kidding. I know. Somehow, some way, we've got to be able to honor the past and embrace the future.
Well, I appreciate you keeping in touch.
Yeah, a few phone calls here and there.
I know, it must be strange.
You must have your reasons. I just can't help wondering what they are.
Well, maybe someday you'll get to walk a mile in my moccasins.
Yeah.
But until then, at least JR has his Aunt Di around. He must adore you.
I try. But I'm not you. Not even close. Take care, Dixie. And please, please, please think about what I've said.
Merry Christmas, Di.
Amanda, you have to start cutting yourself a break.
Why? No one else does, except you. No one has ever stood up for me the way you did. I feel so good with you, safe. I think you trust me more than I trust myself.
You don't trust yourself?
The blackouts, the chunks of time I can't account for, not remembering makes me... It's scary. But when I see the way that you look at me, I know that I couldn't have done anything wrong.
And I know it too. But you are having blackouts, no arguments. So that's why I'm taking you to see a neurologist. And don't fight me on this because you're not going to win. And I'm going with you to make sure everything's going to be okay.
Fair warning, babe. My feelings for you, I'm not going to turn into a big bowl of mush you can eat with a spoon. I know how backhanded you can be, so I'm going to be twice on guard for any false moves or tricks.
You're nobody's fool. Least of all mine. I got it. So tough guy. Where do we go from here?
Beats me.
Well, we could do what normal people do when they're interested in each other, want to get closer. We could explore the possibility of a meaningful relationship by going on a date.
Do you have any plans for New Year's Eve?
I thought you'd never ask.
Happy New Year, Babe and JR.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next All My Children.
Children, would you care to have a free sample?
Hey, John, don't! We will not let anyone get between you and what you want.
Whatever you said to Kendall and Zach, take it back.
I came to fulfill my final duty as your husband.
Maybe this Christmas will mean something more. Maybe this year love will appear deeper than ever before. And maybe forgiveness will ask us to call someone we love, someone we've lost for reasons we can't quite recall. Maybe this Christmas, maybe there'll be an open door. Maybe the star that shone before will shine once more. This Christmas will find us at last in heavenly peace, great for